morning. Good afternoon, good day. How are you doing? I'm so glad you are here with us. It's good to be with you. Good morning. Yes, tell us hello and where you're joining us from today in the chat. We're here live on Insight Timer as well as on YouTube. The bowls this morning, they are feisty. Be interesting to see what happens today. Really a lot of dissonance already really kind of resonating in this space. And that makes sense. The moon's in Scorpio, so we're kind of into this deep dive, this very reflective time. There's a lot of other things happening that is really intensifying this deep dive into the nether regions of our hearts and souls, which is actually quite a delightful thing to do. Just brings out another color of life, and the bulls are reflecting that today. So, good morning, Violet. It's nice to see you. Violet joins us from New York. I hope you are well. Hey, Victor, how are you? Joining us from Texas. Wow, these are really interesting today. Oh my goodness. Hi, Serkan. It's nice to see you. Hello, 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 hello. Serkan joins us from Istanbul. Hi, City. Rich rising to you as well. Good morning. Our sweet friend in Philadelphia. Just take a deep breath in. This is a day to be gentle. This is definitely a day to be gentle, and that's for sure. Yeah, you're already feeling that? Yeah. What have you noticed so far about today? What has been manifesting for you, whether in your emotional state and maybe something that's interactions that you've had or not had? What's showing up for you today? I'd be curious to hear even before we start. Because these colors today are very different than what the bowls normally kind of take us towards. It's very much actually, they kind of remind me a little bit of my pants. They actually remind me a little bit of kind of like a dappled autumn hues. So, and just how they're ringing, it's really phenomenal. So unique. Every day is a different day. Hi, Linnea. Good to see you. Good morning from Massachusetts. Oh, I hope you're having a beautiful day. Rona, it's a great day. Good. Excellent. I am so glad to hear that. It's so funny how the energy hits all of us differently. And we could have the same type of energy and it hit us differently on different days, just depending on where we are too. So that's cool. I'm glad you're having a great day. Victor, you had strange interactions with people lately. Yeah, that happens, doesn't it? Sarah, good morning. Good morning, everyone from Mexico. Oh, I hope you're doing well. I'm really excited about this series that we're doing this week. If this is your first time joining us, welcome. I'm Charleene. I'm so glad you're here. If this is one of many times that you have basked in the sounds of the crystal bowls here, welcome back. I'm so glad you're here. Normally we do a more specific type of approach. We really look at what's going on in the world around us, we kind of reflect what's going on inside of us, and then we bring ourselves into alignment. So we find greater flow with the general energy vibe going on in any given moment. But this week we're doing something a little different. If you joined us yesterday, you'll know what I mean. This week we're really diving into a specific topic. We're diving specifically into gratitude, which here in the United States is very apropos, seeing as how Thursday is our day of Thanksgiving, a day that we have an opportunity to really bring out the gratitude, to bring out all the goodness of life, the goodness in the world. And so instead of really thinking about what's happening around us, this week we're really focusing on what's going on inside of us. That place of stillness, those places that don't allow for stillness. Anything that keeps us constricted or pulled off of our center. And gratitude is a perfect emotion to bring us back to our central point. It's a powerful activating energy. It's a powerful activating emotion. When we use gratitude, when we tap into gratitude, we actually begin to affect our bodies, our physiology. There's so many studies on gratitude that show how Gratitude improves our immunity, boosts serotonin levels, it lowers blood pressure. It's a lot like meditation. And I think that goes back to the idea that an open heart is a heart that can not only give, but can also receive. And it's in that flow of giving and receiving that there is true connection, there is true joy. Wow, these bowls, man, today, they are trippy. I don't know if y'all can hear it, but they are trippy on this end. I'm just watching in awe and amazement. So yesterday, in part 1 of our 4-part series, we talked about gratitude for self, which is not always the easiest thing to cultivate. And I think it's something we don't always think to cultivate. And yet, if we can't give thanks for the goodness that we are, no matter how great or tiny we perceive that goodness to exist in our lives, in our bodies, and our choices that we make, it is there. There is light inside of you. And when we can flicker our attention onto that light, it illuminates even brightly, more brightly, not only for the world, but for ourselves. Life becomes a little bit more clear. The path becomes a little more obvious. The next steps, a little bit easier. It's that illumination that makes all the difference. So if you weren't able to join us and you feel like you'd like to, we keep all of the lives as soon as we're done. They actually go live and live in perpetuity on our YouTube channel. If you want to find that, of course, you can go on Insight Timer, go to our teachers page and click on the website. It'll take you to your live streams, and on that, actually on the website page, it gives you the past lives, no pun intended, events, so you can find anything you want. But today, we're talking about gratitude for what got us to where we are right now in this moment. Good, bad, doesn't matter. It all has contributed to who you are right here, right now. And I don't know about you, but I think you're pretty special. I think you're pretty unique. I think there's nobody in the world quite like you. There's nobody that has the same story to tell, the same love to spread, the same kindness to share, the same compassion to give. We all have love and kindness and compassion and stories and unique gifts, but nothing quite like your own. It's impossible. That's the uniqueness of the divine in you. So today we're going to talk a little bit about that story, the stories we tell ourselves, whether they're true or not, that has brought us to where we are today, really diving into our family, our heritage, seeing if we can't find a little bit of greater flow, a little bit of greater release. And who knows, maybe this will come in very effective or handy if you're gathered around a dinner table sometime this week. Being able to find grace in a slightly different way. Being able to appreciate the good, the bad, the ugly. For it's all beautiful. Linnea, thank you so much for your donation. I appreciate that. That is so kind of you, my friend. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Good morning, Michelle. Oh, I'm so glad to see you again. It's nice to see you, Michelle. I hope you are well. Hi, Stacy. Good morning from Arizona. Yes. Sunny Arizona. Ooh. It's a beautiful overcast day here in Florida. Jeremy, my husband, and I have already gone for our morning walking meditation. It was really lovely, overcast. Slightly humid, not too bad. Perfect morning. City, you ran the one from yesterday back last night since you came in a little later. Perfect. You appreciate that you put them up for us too. Oh, it's our pleasure. We're so glad to do that. That's it's one of the reasons we're excited to be streaming on both platforms, on Insight Timer and on YouTube, to be able to, if you ever need to reference something, if there was something that we talked about that you wanted to hear again or dive in a little more, or if there was a particular sequence of the bowls that just spoke to you, you can always go back and access it. It's the other reason Jeremy's so brilliant to put up that the artwork at the very beginning of each session, and then also at the very end, just so it gives a little bit of a visual cue so that you can go and, oh yeah, I remember it's that picture. So we try to make it as easy and accessible for you. I'm glad that worked for you, City. Thanks for sharing that. Hi, Serenity. Good morning. Good morning. I hope you are well. Yeah. Whoo. Yeah, the energy's starting to rebalance a little bit. There we go. Beautiful. Allison, good morning from Colorado. I hope you're having a great day so far. Nathan, good morning in Utah, 20 degrees. God bless you. You probably love it though, don't you? Good for you. Good for you. So one of the things about gratitude is that when we use the emotion of gratitude, we actually begin to activate new neurological components within our physiology. We're able to release old patterns that the synapses in our nerves have created. So the more we do something, the more these patterns get entrained, and they it's like building a muscle. You actually build synaptic connections. And if you don't do it, you lose it. So you can think about that with any sorts of habits or choices that you make in your life. Ways of thinking. Have you ever stopped and considered how you think throughout the day? The little tiny thoughts. It's a very powerful experience because most of us are never aware of the thoughts that are the thousands of thoughts running through our mind every single day that we just don't always pay mind to, and yet it's the programming that our body is actually operating from, because they're the frequency that we are subconsciously connecting to, we're attaching to, usually without even realizing it. Then, when we start realizing it, when we start bringing forth these emotions, these actions, these tendencies into our everyday life, into this 3D reality, into relationships, into a passing word or comment or snide remark or kind remark, we're actually beginning to reinforce these pathways, which is why choice is so powerful. Choice and awareness. How aware are we, not only of the choices that we're making, but of the programming that we're running? You know, many of us, that's why we meditate. We meditate not to have a mystical experience or become zenned out or whatever. We actually meditate to stop thought. Because it's in this space of no thought, no mind, no one, where there is pure potential. So stopping all of the frequencies that are pushing us, kind of guiding us, I don't know if guiding is the best word, but they do. They sort of guide how we move in our lives, the awareness we bring or don't bring to any given moment. When we become really honest with ourselves and aware of what these frequencies are, you can begin to change them. 100%. This is your body. This is your life. It's nobody else's. You are not a victim to anyone or any outside force at all. At all. So being able to take a moment and find that stillness to begin to reprogram, utilizing a heightened or an elevated, a really good feeling, a physically affecting emotion like gratitude, like love. Gratitude, I think, is a lot easier for us a lot of times because sometimes love we get kind of wonky with. Well, I love vanilla ice cream and I love my neighbor's dog and I don't love that. We never really say, I'm not grateful for that. There's never really the converse of that, right? So love can sometimes be a little bit trickier for us to kind of connect into our bodies. That's just because we've polluted what love is, not that love has changed. Though our connection to it has shifted a little bit. Usually our connection to gratitude is dead on. When you appreciate something, that has a lasting effect. And a beautiful story that was shared with us yesterday at the end of the session, where one of our friends, our soul sister, she was saying that she had a memory come up that she remembered a kindness that someone from her elementary school, I think she was like 6, showed her. And she had completely forgotten it until that moment because she was so grateful for that interaction. Gratitude transcends time and space. So let's connect to it today. Let's see if we can't bring that up. Does that sound like a good plan to you? Cool. Yay, hearts. Yay, good plans. Woohoo. Yay, woohoo. So we're going to be doing some work today, similar to how we connected yesterday, of really working on some specific energy centers, chakras. Same thing. And allowing our body to reactivate, to realign, to readjust in slightly different ways. And I know normally we approach our times together from a place of retuning to release, to receive. I think this week we're really going to continue with the idea of now of just being able to begin to release. And then the retuning part actually allows us to go deeper into the state of gratitude. So, if this is your first time joining us, welcome. In front of you are 13 chromatically tuned crystal singing bowls. Think about all the black and white keys on the piano from one octave in the middle C up to the next octave and all the notes in between. The bowls speak based on the biofield, the electrical energy that is in and around us, you, me, the bowls, floating all the time. The bowls will vibrate or not based on that particular interactions with the biofields. Each bowl connects to different points within our physical system, our physiology. So you'll begin to feel different vibrations activating. Some vibrations will feel very grounding. Some will feel very peaceful and calming. Sometimes we use what's called dissonance to allow things to begin to release and move. So the bowls have a very unique gift that they present to you, but it's also a reflection of the energy that you show up with today, which is perfect. There's nothing you need to do to change. You are exactly where you are, where you need to be. And I'm so glad you're here. We're so glad you're here. So normally, I also say, you know what? Do with this as you may, however is comfortable for you, seated, laying down, whatever. You can listen to it in the background. You can, actively join the conversation, per se, with the bowls. Today, I'd like to encourage you to find a seated position that allows your spine to be as straight as possible. Find as much comfort as you can with a straight spine. If you're on the ground, you may want to elevate your backside just a little bit. I'm actually seated on a kitchen towel, just a slightly folded kitchen towel, maybe that far off the ground. You could be on a cushion or a bolster, that's fine. It will give you a slightly different experience. If it's more comfortable, if you find more comfort being grounded directly, your sits bones into the earth, that's fine too. Really what's important today is for the extension of the spine to be as complete as possible. If there is a deep physiological challenge that prevents you from sitting up, or part way through you find that your body is saying, I need you to lay down, go ahead and honor that, keeping your spine as erect as possible. If you ever find that while you are laying down, it's difficult for you to stay connected, to stay present, because that is one thing I'm going to ask you to do today. Stay present. This is not for me. This is for you. So as present as you can stay, the more you will expand your own space and provide whatever it is that you need. So if whilst you are laying down, it's difficult for you to do that, let's actually practice doing a breath that will help bring you back into your body, okay? We'll actually begin to create a synergy within your brain that will allow your body to be more present. You're going to elevate your brain state, probably moving out of delta, back up a little bit more into a relaxed alpha so that you can be cognizant of what's going on. And then from that alpha state, you'll actually be able to drift down even deeper into a theta, more meditative state. So that breath is actually just really easy. It's inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. I think we can all do this. So it looks like this. Try it with me. Here we go. And Can you already see how that's beginning to affect your physiology? Your brain's actually beginning to kind of expand and actually find a little bit of a release, a relaxing in an energized awareness. So if you have to lay down and you find that you start drifting, go back to that breath. Go back to that breath. Do that breath for as long as you need to. It may be 30 seconds, maybe a count of 20, maybe a minute. Honor and just listen to what you need to do today. So some really great offerings you can give yourself today with your body. Okay, here we go. They're ready. So I invite you now to find your comfortable position, seated with your spine erect. Taking a deep inhale in. And then let it go. Welcoming relaxation into your body. Taking a deep inhale in. And then letting it go. Relaxing even more. Another deep inhale. Holding. Hold. Then exhale, feeling complete relaxation in your body. I invite you now to place one or two hands over your heart. Just begin to feel your heart beating. Feeling that sustaining life coursing through your veins and your entire body. family. In our language, words carry meaning, and meanings affect our emotional state when we have an attachment or a connection to that particular word or meaning. Notice in your body any response to the word family that arises for you. Perhaps it's one of joy. Perhaps it's one of sorrow. Perhaps there's anger, frustration, anxiety. Perhaps it's all of the above. Just observe. Witness. Now, gently allow any of those energies that you sense in your body that you're ready to let go of, that no longer serve you for whatever reason, to dissipate, to flow, to ground away. You could see that these energies are literally just disappearing into thin air. If you have a grounding practice, you could begin that now. If you don't have a grounding practice yet, just think, imagine, or feel a beautiful golden rope that descends from your first chakra, the base of your spine, all the way down into the center part of the earth, connecting, wrapping itself deeply into your mother, allowing any energy that's in your physical or energetic bodies to just fall gently down into the very center of the planet, finding release and refuge in our sweet mother, Gaia. Return your attention back to your heart. Take a deep inhale in and hold, breathing in gratitude. Holding that gratitude in your lungs, and then gently let it go. Take another deep inhale in, breathe begin to feel your heart relaxing. Exhale. Good. One more time. Deep inhale in, breathing in gratitude, thankfulness, gratefulness, appreciation. Holding, relaxing your heart, and then exhale, let it go. I invite you now to bring to mind one family member. Perhaps they're with us, perhaps they're not. In their physical body, they're always with you in their spiritual body. Bring one family member to mind that is very easy for you to love. Think about this person. Think about this being. It doesn't have to be a person. Be a furry friend, the easiest person in your family to love. Good. And notice the gratitude that's beginning to vibrate now in your heart. See if you can expand that gratitude a little bit more. Bring more of it in. Magnify it. If you perhaps see gratitude as a flame, turn up the ignition. Give it a little more gas, a little more juice. Let it burn a little more brightly. How much can you turn that up? Keep turning it up. Feeling the heat begin to rise in your system, moving up to your face. You can't help but smile. Moving up into your eyes, filling you. You can just imagine it fills your eyes with the brightness of love, of reflecting light. Good, good. Bring in as much love as you can feel. Yes. And just when you think there's not any more space for gratitude, turn it up one more time. Good. Good. Take a deep inhale in, breathing in that gratitude into your lungs. Hold that breath. Now relax your heart as you were holding in that breath of gratitude. Good. Relax your heart. Relax. This is a natural state for you. Exhale. Good. Take another deep inhale in, breathing in this gratitude into your lungs, into your body, letting it infiltrate every cell of your system. Holding in that breath. Keep holding it, holding it. Relax your heart. Good. Exhale. Beautiful. Feel the reverberations of gratitude throughout your entire physical body. Just notice it. Float on their healing tones. It's within you. It always has been. you've just turned up the volume. Take a deep, deep breath in and hold. As you're holding that breath, begin to gently let the mental image of that family member that's so easy to love just gently dissolve. And as that picture dissolves, slowly exhale. Good. Now with a relaxed heart, take a deep inhale, breathing in gratitude. And as you hold this space of a relaxed heart and fullness of gratitude, bring to mind a family member that is not easy for you in this moment to love. Keeping that image in your mind, begin to exhale slowly, slowly, slowly. Good. Now from a place of honest assessment, let's begin to witness in our bodies where flow is becoming stuck whenever we approach this perceived stress or stressful situation with this individual. And just notice in your body, where is the energy not flowing? Okay, good. You see it. Now, with all of this gratitude that you have in your heart, begin to use the gratitude to direct that stuck energy wherever it needs to go. Perhaps it just needs to disappear. Perhaps it needs to float down your grounding cord. Perhaps it needs to transform from its shadow side into its connected and pure side. For instance, anxiety or the fear of the future, you may transform it into peace, certainty in the present moment. Using the gratitude, these reserves that you've built up so beautifully in your body, begin to orchestrate your own healing. Find your flow. connecting to gratitude. Good. Now bring your attention back into your heart. Take a deep inhale in. Breathe in gratitude. Breathe in happiness. Breathe in joy. Breathe in whatever emotion right now you need that will begin to calm your body. Some of you have gotten a little worked up. That's perfect. It's fine. It's beautiful. Good. Now, I'd like for you to invite into the picture in your mind's eye that first person, whether they're two-footed or four-footed, to come stand next to this current person that you see in your mind's eye that has made it a little more challenging for you to find true love and gratitude for. So you've got someone who is easy to be appreciative of, to love, and someone who is maybe not as easy, right? They're standing in front of you. With your mind's eye, look at that first person, that first being that brings you such complete connection and happiness and joy. Breathing in gratitude as you look at this person. Look deep into their eyes. There's a reason they are in your life. Good. Breathe in this gratitude and this love. Take another deep inhale in and hold it. Filling your heart with this love, with this appreciation. Now, relax your heart while you're holding that breath. Good. Just allow the heart to relax. Then gently turn your attention towards the other being in front of you, this other soul. And as you exhale, send them love. Send them this gratitude. Exhaling this gratitude towards them. Sometimes just being thankful for having a more clear and better understanding of who we are is all the gratitude we need. Allow them to be them and you to be you. Continue with this pattern of inhaling love, inhaling gratitude, inhaling connection, turning to your first friend, your first soul, your first being, if that's helpful to you, and exhaling that same love, that same gratitude into this second friend, soul, being who's standing in front of you. You may get to a point where it becomes seamless. See if you can breathe in equally the love and breathe out equally the gratitude towards each. For they're the same, they are one. They may see the world differently. We all do. The only thing you're responsible for is your choice of how you interact with another being. Let's choose love. Let's choose gratitude. Choosing love and gratitude delivers to us peace, And then just gently allow the image of both of these beautiful, beautiful souls that are standing in front of you in your mind's eye to just gently disappear. As they disappear, exhale any last breath that remains in your lungs and take a deep inhale in, holding, allowing your heart to relax. With a relaxed heart, exhale. Good. Coming towards this place of stillness, of silence. Beautiful. I invite you now to begin to focus your attention to your first energy center. It's your first chakra. It sits here in the bowl of your hips, the base of your spine. It's your root chakra, the Muladhara chakra. This first energy center helps us find grounding, alignment, balance. And from a place of gratitude, this beautiful heart-centered place, begin to bless this energy center. Begin to offer it love. Begin to celebrate its existence. It is what keeps you connected and grounded and alive. Celebrate that. Bless it. You may be comfortable sending it a color to activate or enliven it. If you want to send it a color, send it a beautiful ruby red. Good. Good. Breathing in this blessing. Sitting in this place of abundance and joy. Transformation. Stability, coherence, flexibility, transformation, coherence, and stability. Bless this center. Say thank you. Thank you. I invite you now to bring your attention to the middle of your head, your third eye. It's your sixth chakra, your sixth energy center, the Ajna chakra. This is where we know that we know that we know. There is something that connects us to something much greater than what we perceive ourselves in this time-space reality to be. Something that activates a magical, mystical power within us. Just see this point in the center of your brain and bless it. Thank it. Affirm it. This is you. This is you. It may feel good to bring in a color to further amplify the frequency of this 6 energy center. If that feels good to you, bring in a beautiful indigo, a midnight blue, a bluish purple. Bringing your attention, your love, energizing this space. Beautiful. Good. Put your attention, your energy, your blessings into this 6th space. Now at the same time, bless your 1st energy center, the one at the base of your spine. That 1st chakra, the Muladhara chakra. Bless it and bless your 6. That 6th energy center. Allow these 2 beautiful, beautiful circles of light to come into balance. Find balance for you between your 1st and your 6th at the same time. Good. 1st, 6, 1st, 6, 1st, 6, 1st, 6. Beautiful. Take a deep inhale in, dropping now to your heart. Bringing your attention into your heart, activating your heart, blessing your heart. It might feel good to bring in a gorgeous emerald green, allowing it to float, to recalibrate to balance between the 1st, the 6th, and the 4th. Slipping into your silence. Take a gentle inhale in. Gently hold that inhale. Gently. Gently. Good. And exhale. Beautiful. Take another gentle inhale in, breathing in gratitude. Beautiful. And then let it go. Good. Breathe in gratitude and love. Hold, hold, hold. Then let it go. Good, good, good. Let's just gently bless each of our energy centers. We'll just swiftly move through this. Blessing the 1st, bringing in a red. Beautiful. Blessing the 2nd, bringing in an orange color. Gorgeous. Blessing the 3rd, here in your solar plexus, bringing in a yellow. Good. Blessing your 4th, bringing in a green. Blessing your fifth. Here in your throat, bringing in a sky blue color. Sky blue to your throat. Good, good, good. Nice. Blessing your six, bringing in that indigo color. Brilliant. Moving up to your seventh at the crown of your head, the very top of your skull on the inside, bringing in a violet, a soft violet, like a violet flame. Good. Keep your spine erect. Keep it as erect as possible. Beautiful. Beautiful. Now from this point of connection, shift your attention just outside of your body to your eighth chakra. It sits right above your head. It's the integration of your entire physical system. Feeling a beautiful white light. It's a white light you can see through. It's translucent. See through that beautiful white light. White light is the potential of all that we cannot perceive in this moment. Connecting us to all that is and all that we are. Inhale in and let it go. Begin to gently bring yourself back into this time space. You may shift your body around, wiggle your toes and your nose. How are you feeling? Good, 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 good. Tell me how you're feeling in the chat when you're back, when you're able. I'd love to hear. Love to hear. So there's one final thought that I'll leave you with. This was actually a prayer that was given at the UN for the Environmental Sabbath celebration. Abba, Father, we thank you for your presence among us. Gaia, Mother Earth, we thank you for sustaining us as we go out to do the work our faith calls us to do. We celebrate all the family of creation, heaven and earth, as one seamless garment of which we too are an integral part. We celebrate the soils which nurture the food for our bodies. We celebrate the seas, the air, the forests and mountains which nurture our souls. As a part of all creation, we too have a nurturing role to play. We have been blessed with the ability to choose our role. Now, in community, we dedicate ourselves to choosing wisely. What do you choose today? That's a great thing about our life. It literally is choose your own adventure. Well, that was fun. Boy, the bowls were, they were happy to see y'all. Oh my goodness. So, there's one last thought too. I had found this quote and I just thought it was so perfect and beautiful for today. This idea of character and how it connects with where we've come from and where we want to go. And the quote reads, "It is not the honor that you take with you, but the heritage you leave behind." It's pretty interesting. When we shift from these physical 3D expressions, we don't take anything with us. In fact, except frequency. We take frequency with us. We leave these garments, we leave this matter, this dense garb behind, and it just dissolves back into the soil. But the frequency always remains. And that's not a religious or a spiritual perspective. That's quantum science. Which is also can be very religious or spiritual. But science shows that our frequency is what perpetuates. It's no different than any sound that is ever created, any word that is ever spoken, remains forever. 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 Once a wave is activated, it cannot be undone, for it is. It can be shifted, it can be modified, it can be affected, it can gather in different ways. It is its originating source. Until it's transformed. It's neither created nor destroyed. It's just transformed. Which to me is very cool. That means I get to transform myself as much as I can, as often as I want, or as little as I want, or as infrequently as I want. It's all on me. I get to choose that. It's very empowering. So, let's see how y'all feel. Let's see how we did. Let's see what happened. Oh my goodness. Whew. Allison, oh, we are grateful for you too. I'm so glad you're here. Thank you for that. Nathan, oh, I'm so glad you're here too. I love the fact that I just always love your positive energy, and that the fact that you do love 20 degrees in Utah. It's amazing. So cool. Sandy, blessings from Tucson. Yes, thank you. We received that, and we thank you for being here. Thank you, thank you. Jaybird, we are grateful that you are here as well. Oh, you're so sweet. Thank you, my friend. I appreciate your kind words. Sarah, good to see you. Oh, you're very, very kind. Thank you for your kindness. I love your energy too. It's fun to reflect it. Victor, you're feeling calm and serene. Good. That's important. Yeah. It's going to be a good week. Neil, energy, sound, wisdom, beauty, grace, just divine. Thank you. Oh, thank you for your kind words. That's very generous of you. I send my gratitude to your heart. Thank you. Yeah, this is an incredible community, and it's not just about any one thing or person or bowl or whatever. It is the collective of all of us, and that's being able to hold the space here with and for you all is such an honor and a delight for me. I appreciate you saying that. City, thank you, Charlene. Today was beautiful. Good. Oh, I'm so glad. Yeah. Today necessarily wasn't the easiest thing, right? Sometimes it's finding that equanimity between that which is easy for us to do and that which is hard. It can be a little bit more confronting. So I was glad we were able to spend a little bit more time to allow ourselves, our electrical systems, our physical bodies to begin to kind of shift, to make those challenges a little bit more easy. The opportunity, at least for them, to be a little bit easier. Every day's different though, right? So some days are easier than others. Victor, happy to see the bowls. Yes, good. We're glad that you're back. And I'm glad to be back too. It's been quite a while, so it's good. This is fun. This is why I'm enjoying this 4-part series. 4 days in a row. Yes. All about gratitude. Yes, so good. Cecilia, no jumping bowls today. No jumping bowls. No, they were very grounded, which I think is probably very helpful, especially tackling issues of family and heritage, what we've come from. I think a lot of times when we talk about where we've come from, unless we're stuck in the past and reminiscing or falling victim to it, sometimes we find ourselves that we just kind of disconnect from it. And yet there's such power in who we were, in recognizing who we were yesterday as opposed to who we are today, and allowing ourselves that permission to continue to expand. Being able to see that expansion, we can celebrate ourselves more, and in that celebration, we bring in more life. So today was a kind of an interesting sort of vibe, and I think in Charlene's thinking mind coming in, I thought we would actually have more time. We'd be spending more time equally between family and heritage and those. And it was just like, nope, we're just going to look at this dichotomy of where it's easy and where it's hard. And I got the sense that the rest will fall into place. And I guess that's true for most of life, right? If you know what the easiest thing for you to do is and the hardest thing for you to do is, you know that we can actually still do the hard things in life because we can do easy things. We have the capacity to do any and everything. So if things can be easy, even hard things can be easy too. We just have to remember that and connect to that energy and that flow. And y'all did a great job doing that. It was neat to see the bowls really do that. They were also really melodic today. They were definitely connecting into patterns, which, oh, that's so fascinating. That makes sense. Connecting into patterns, like family patterns, genetic patterns of sorts. That was the patterns kept coming through. Not only of repeated notes, but just repeated intervals that would sometimes occur low, sometimes they'd occur high, but that pattern was very, very predominant. That's interesting. And I guess that makes sense because, right, I perceive that we choose our family. The family is where we come in to learn our greatest lessons. The family that we choose outside, that's beyond our blood, that's beyond our physical heritage, right? That brings us, that's where we can connect into joy. That's where we can connect into to peace and happiness. And sometimes we do that as well with the family that's closest to us. I know that's how I am with my family. I'm very close. I'm very connected. I have absolutely no drama between me and my very, very close family. Now, step outside that, I see that that's not always the case. And even extended family, I also see the angst that happens with and for and between them as well. And so I get it. Like, everyone's family is different, but I believe that we all create from whatever it is that we need in this time, space, now. There's nothing wrong with it at all. In fact, it's perfect. It's very perfect. No matter how tragic it could be. It's great. So, so no jumping bowls today. Victoria, this is so timely and so beautiful. You're feeling radiant. Oh, I love that. Jeremy, what else did she say that cut off right below that? I think it says blessings and love. Yes. Oh, good. I'm so feeling radiant. Wow. That's a good way to feel. Well, I trust, pray, and claim that you will carry that throughout your day with you. I love that. Yes, Victor and Victoria. Should write a show about that. Suzanne, you came in right at the hardest part. Good for you. Well, if you need a rewind, it'll be on YouTube. But yeah. Well, you showed up exactly when you needed to, for whatever reason that was. So I'm so glad you were here. Good for you, Suzanne. Michelle, thank you for this. Oh, it's my pleasure. You need to tuck yourself back into bed now. Good for you. But I'm so grateful that you were here and shared the space and gratitude and love. And we send you our love and healing thoughts and prayers. Everyone in our community right now, let's just, from a place of positive, loving gratitude from your heart, just send towards Michelle love and healing energy. Just let it sit. You don't think of giving it to her. It's not like you're handing her something. Just think of offering at her doorstep and then back away. That's it. Then she can choose what she would like to bring in or not. What resonates for her. That's a really beautiful gift. You've given your gift and she's able to choose how she receives it. So, Michelle, we offer you that grace and love. We love you. You've got this. So good. Jay. Hi, Jay. Thank you, Charlene. Yeah, great vibes. Yep. 432. That's it right there. Oh, I should explain that too. So if this is your first time joining us, the bowls are tuned to 432 Hertz. And that just means that this A, which is the note that if you ever go to a symphony or a pops concert that the orchestra tunes to, this A, is actually tuned a little bit lower than most orchestras tune to. It's tuned to the frequency of the earth. It connects directly to Gaia. So the bowls have a very grounding effect. So yep, good vibes, great vibes, 432. City. I've experienced a similar family dynamic. Yeah, it's a blessing. I think all of them are blessings because even in my immediate family, that's not the dynamic that they experienced. And they chose a different path. So it's interesting, too, of just witnessing how everything boils down to some sort of choice. Either how we choose to show up, how we choose to respond, how we choose to interact with life. So that's a blessing, City. I'm glad to hear that. Yeah. Hi, Tea Lady Nat. It's good to see you. Cheers. You may have already told us this, but do you ever use the inside of the bowls when playing? If not, why is that so? Yeah. So a lot of that would have to do with, oh, and Michelle, I'll come back to that, Tea Lady Nat. Michelle, yeah, we love you, girl. We love you. If you need to go lay down, we got you, okay? So one of the reasons that I don't frequently use the inside of the bowl is that it's a function of stress points, and depending on what mallets I'm using in any moment, I want to be mindful of where the stress points are in the bowl. So if you can imagine, the outside of the bowl is, obviously they're all a little bit thicker than the inside, right? The diameter is a little bit wider, so it has a stronger stress point. But the inside of the bowl, a lot of times too, it won't sound unless it's dependent upon which mallet you're using. And that's a function of that whenever the sound waves that are being created by the bowls are actually activating, and they fold in amongst themselves inside the bowl. So if I strike the outside of the bowl, you can actually hear the waves that reverberate against each other from the inside of the bowl. But if I strike the inside of the bowl, the waves actually shift. It feels like it pulls it down. It's a very different effect. Sometimes we do use it. It's very rare because it's usually not what we're trying, the energy we're trying to elicit. It's not that it can't be done. It's just, it's not always appropriate to what we're doing. Sometimes we're looking to actually actively move things. Now, if we're in a studio setting and we're looking for different effects on a microphone and those types of things, we'd be more inclined to play around with that. But even notice how the strike is different with a different mallet. So here, that strike and that mallet, depending on where I strike it on the outside or inside of the bowl, it almost makes the sound wash around the bowl. If I strike it on the inside, it actually just kind of like comes up and circles back and around, but still down. So every mallet, because of the density or the hardness of the mallet itself, so it's like a yarn kind of fabric on top of a rubber mallet. So you're protecting the bowl from a strong attack. You give it just a very gentle nudge, right? And then if I take away this outside yarn and kind of go with just rubber, you get an even more present attack. And then if I go to a completely different shape, and I played it with the same intensity with my arm. I did not change the intensity of my arm. So there's lots of little fun things that go into the bowls, but that's one of the reasons. It's more of a function of how the energy moves. That's always why, where, how, when, and with what mallet that any of the bowls are ever when they're made contact with. It's a great question. I hope that answered it. So, Cecilia, do you ever put water in the bowls? You can. I haven't played around with that too much, simply as a function of when you do that, it also begins to shift. It shifts the frequencies at which the bowls resonate. I have put crystals in them, different crystals, to see if I could magnify the effect of the natural energetic effect coming off of the crystal within the bowl. The trick with that is that depending on what crystal you use, it begins to either create additional sounds or friction points inside the bowl. So for instance, if I had a sphere, and I'll put a sphere in the middle of the bottom of a round bowl, it's going to roll a little. And you're going to hear that. If I put an uneven surface on the bottom of the bowl, it'll sit there and it'll vibrate, and it kind of sounds shaky. So in this setting, I don't really do that, but you totally could. You totally can. The Tibetan bowls, like these guys, you can definitely put water in those. Don't leave water in them, but you can put water in those and it changes the reverberation, especially with the hand-hammered bowls, which all of ours are. I prefer the hand-hammered to the machine bowls. They just do different things. the energy sounds differently from both. So yeah, so great question. Yep, totally. You totally could. I'd be more inclined to put water in a bowl and play around with that if I was having fewer bowls. If I needed more, if I needed less flexibility of how a bowl would interact with another relationship, with another bowl, because I approach it from Western music where everything is chordal, where we're really using the intervals between so the space between each notes to create different responses in the body. So just a little different approach, but yeah. Sarah, OMG, that was powerful and beautiful. Good. You're feeling the frequencies all over your body and in your soul. Wow, yeah, that's trippy. I love it. It was hard at the beginning to feel the complete love to the person in my family, easy to love, and I was feeling a little bad with myself. But when we put that together, these two persons in that moment, my friend, the family I chose, yep, in that moment, everything clicked. It was beautiful. Oh, that's so great. That's so great. You could feel the love and the gratitude, and then I could really feel it and sent it to the other members of my blood family. That's great. That's perfect. And it was so in balance and in love. Oh, I love it. And now I'm feeling so grateful and powerful and in my center. Good, 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 good. Just amazing like always. Oh, I'm so glad. Thank you. It's my pleasure. It's my pleasure. You guys did the work. You and the bowls. I just get to play. So that's so great, Sarah. And I think that's exactly right. Like it's like we said before, sometimes the easy things are easy and the hard things are hard, and yet they're both the same. It's just a function of how do we choose to interact with the different stimuli. And we get to choose. And at different points, let me encourage you too, never feel badly. Never feel badly about a choice that you've made. Ask yourself why you've made the choice, and if that's the same choice you want to repeat. Because does that choice serve you? Never worry about retribution or justice or anything for somebody else. No. That's out of our hands in so many ways. Truly, right? What is in our hands is how we respond. That is where our power is. It's so much more impactful to maintain, to build, and to radiate our own power than it is to ever give it away, right? How can I maintain, radiate, and build my power? Ah, so beautiful. Thank you for saying that, Sarah. I love it. And I feel the intensity, too, that you're saying with that, too, in your words. It's really coming through. That's so beautiful. I can feel my heart vibrating, I think, in time with yours. So thank you for that. T-Lady, got it. Good. Thanks. Yeah, cool. Yep, that's the nature of the bowls. Michelle, thank you for your donation. I hope you're resting well. Cecilia, ooh, crystals. Yep. You can do a lot of things. The cool things, I think it's one of the reasons I love about these bowls is that because they're quartz crystal, so quartz is, yes, it's the most abundant crystal in nature. There's a reason for that. It has some of the greatest amplifying power of anything, of any crystal that naturally occurs on this beautiful planet. So any intention that we put in, any vibration that we activate, it is magnified intensely with these guys. And that and the specific tuning helps these sound waves, these frequencies, to catch and to move in different and very, very powerful ways. So, yeah. But when you start adding crystals too, it's fun to play with, kind of trippy. So, yep, it is. Quartz is a natural amplifier, Cecilia. You're so right. Yeah, 100%. Oh, Sarah. Well, I'm so glad to have been able to spend this time in this space, to share this time space with you today. Thank you for being here for part 2 of our gratitude series. I can't believe we're already halfway through. Oh my goodness. Tomorrow we are back, but at a slightly different time. No. So tomorrow we are back at 8 a.m. Eastern. 8 a.m. Eastern tomorrow on Wednesday, the 23rd of November in the year of 2022. I think this is 2022. I'm just going to count that it is. So tomorrow we're back with the third part of the gratitude series where we're actually going to connect with gratitude for humanity. The good, the bad, the ugly, the pretty, the truthful, the untruthful. We're all the same. We're all just colors of ourselves. So join us tomorrow at 8 a.m. On Wednesday, November 23rd. Then, if you want, we would love to have you back. If you are here, or one of our friends here in the United States, or anywhere else in the world that you're celebrating Thanksgiving that happens to fall on Thursday, the 24th of November, we will be back at 9 a.m. Again, 9 a.m. on Thursday, but 8 a.m. tomorrow on Wednesday. Join us where we will be on Thursday. We're going to have gratitude for the divine. And it's going to make your pumpkin pie taste so good. So join us in between your baking if you can. We'd love to have you. We'd love to see you. And until we see each other again tomorrow at 8 a.m., I trust and pray and claim that your day will be blessed, bright, and filled with abundance. I'm so thankful for you. Have a beautiful day, my friends. You are special and you are loved. Sat Nam.